This is the most frequent call we receive at Light Source Solar. A homeowner just spent $500,000 on a solar starter kit. The installer said it can handle the basics: a few load, a few light bulbs, a TV, and one small fridge. The moment the fridge is plugged in, the system collapses, the inverter trips, the battery goes into low voltage mode, and the homeowner is left standing in the dark, wondering if they have been scammed, wondering if solar na scam. Welcome to Light Source, and today we are solving a mystery. Why can a solar system power 10 light bulbs and a large TV for hours, but fail to start a single simple refrigerator? The power isn't about how much power the fridge uses while it's running. It's about what happens in the first fraction of seconds when it starts. Imagine you have a heavy stone statue on a flat roof. If you want to move this statue across the room, you have two different challenges. The first challenge is to push to get the heavy stone moving from a dead stop. You have to lean in with all your weight and grunt and use every muscle in your body. For the first few seconds, you are working at 100% of your energy. The second challenge is the slide. Once the stone is gradually moving, it actually becomes much easier. You just need to push it with one hand, and you're only using 10% of your strength now. If you are only strong enough to slide the stone, but you are not strong enough to push it to start, the stone stays exactly where it is and you are failed. Before you buy any solar equipment, watch our full podcast. We explain these things deep details. The link is in the descriptions. Now, this is exactly what is happening inside your kitchen. Your fridge is the stone statue. This is where the solar math breaks down for most people. They look at the sticker on the back of their fridge and says 150 watts. They think my inverter is 1,000 watts. Much more bigger than the 150. No problem. But they forget about the push. It is called the surge voltage or the peak load. And that statue stone that I spoke about, this is exactly how a refrigerator compressor works, especially if you are using olden days refrigerator. In simple terms, the running wattage is the slide. The surge wattage or the inrush current is the push. And the inverter capacity is your strength. Before solar, we didn't worry about this because the grid is like an infinite giant. When you plug in your fridge, before solar, we didn't have to worry about this because the grid is like an infinite giant. When your fridge needs a massive push to start, the grid just gives it. You don't see the struggle. But a solar inverter is a small human. It's a very strict human. It has so many limits on how much put it can give. If the fridge asks for more than the inverter can provide, even for half a second, the inverter protects itself by shutting down. Now, if you are receiving value from this video, please like and then subscribe so that more homeowners can see this video. There are two rules that govern why your fridge will not start. Number one, the 6-to-1 rule. A traditional non-inverter fridge needs about 6 times its running power to just start the motor. If your fridge uses 150 watts to run, it might need nearly 1,000 watts just to push the compressor into action. Rule number two, the battery bridge. The power for that massive push doesn't come from the sun. It comes from your battery. If your battery cables are too thin or your battery is old, the power can't cross the bridge fast enough to help the inverter. The voltage drops and the system fails. Here is what actually happens in the systems that can make the fridge power fail. Step one, the fridge thermostat realizes the inside is getting warm. It sends a signal to start the motor. Step 2. The motor asks for a massive gulp of energy, a massive supply of electricity. Step 3. The inverter must be a high surge model, usually a low frequency transformer type that can handle 300% of its rated capacity for a few seconds. Step 4. The battery must be strong enough to deliver that gulp without the voltage collapsing. So why did our homeowner system fail? They fell into the high frequency trap. In Nigeria, the market is flooded with high frequency inverters. These are small, tight, and cheap. They are great for TVs and laptops, but they are terrible at the pushing of the statue. A 1.5 kV high frequency inverter might trip at the slightest surge. Meanwhile, a 1.5 kV low frequency inverter, the heavy ones with large copper transformers inside, is like a weightlifter. They can handle that fridge surge with ease. But the second culprit is this: the fridge itself. If you are using an old-fashioned fridge, the push required is very violent. However, modern inverter technology fridge, like those from LG, Samsung, or Hisense, are different. They don't push the statue. They have a variable speed motor that starts very slowly and gradually increases the speed. The inverter fridge might only need 150 watts to start and 100 watts to run. It's like a stone statue on a wheel. Even a small solar system can handle it. Solar is not magic, it's a matching game. If you have an old fridge and a cheap, lightweight inverter, they will never be friends. They will be enemies for life. If you spend your days resetting breakers and your night eating spoiled soup, the problem is not the fridge. The problem is your inverter. Now, to fix the burden of a fridge that won't start, there are 3 choices. Number 1, you upgrade the inverter. Get a low frequency model with high surge rating. Number 2, upgrade the fridge. Switch to an inverter compressor model. It's often cheaper to buy a new fridge than to buy a massive solar system to power an old fridge and an inefficient one. Number 3, check the pipes. Ensure your battery cables are thick, at least 25 millimeters or 35 millimeters, so the energy can flow freely when that push is needed. Your solar system couldn't power the fridge because it wasn't built for that push. It was built for the slide. So here in Nigeria, we deal with heat that makes fridge work twice as hard. And you cannot afford to guess your maths. You need a system designed for the right start, not just the run. When done correctly, your solar system could handle your fridge so quietly you even forget it's there. No beeping, no darkness, just cold drinks and peace of mind. If this explanation helped you understand why your fridge is tripping, subscribe. We are here to help you stop guessing and start building that solar that actually works. The surge is the number 1 cause of inverter failure in Abuja. We explain how to read the LRA label on your fridge to check the perfect inverter for your system on our Light Surge Solar podcast. The links are in the description.